Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the Just Keep Swimming podcast. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Mr. Adrian Jackson, and we're in the studio again with another great episode coming for you today. And you already know who's with me. It's your boy.
1-3, got a big story to tell you. Something very close to the number 13 that happened, but we'll explain that later. So back to Adrian.
Yes, sir. And as he said, we're about to have a pretty good episode for you. We're about to throw 1-3 into the think tank for a little while. I'm going to let him tell his story, but just to start off, he had a pretty epic weekend the other day. And, I kind of just want to help him reflect a little bit and talk about, what happened and see if we can just, help him to think about it, help him reflect on it in a strong way and help to really move on from this in a more positive matter than a negative matter, you feel me? So with that being said, we about to jump right into the think tank. So are you ready, brother?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So before we even get super deep on it, let's just talk about what happened in general, bro. Just tell us the story, bro. What happened, man?
All right. So ironically enough, right after the last episode.
Literally right after the last episode.
Right after. So we got done recording probably we probably got done around 10.
Yeah, I think everybody left my house 11-ish.
Something like that.
Yes.
Okay. So after we left there, I was just feeling the need to just go out by myself. I wanted to dance, and it seems like to me, it seems to me that I'm just usually the one out of the group that just really likes dancing when we go to events. So kind of just self-exploration with myself and trying to figure out what I like and, just enjoying myself. I decided to go out.
Right, exactly. Enjoy your own time.
Yeah. So I went to Fremont to go to Gold Spike, and I got a drink there, but it wasn't really popping, so I left and I was like, okay, so I can either go home or I'll go to the Nerd and just see what's going on there.
Right.
It's a video game bar. I'm a video game nerd, so
right.
I went there and got a Corona and a water, and I was just playing DBZ online at the bar.
Right.
And just chilling. And this dude came up and we was chopping it up. He was real cool, so he ended up buying me a drink, which ended up being super strong. So we left and was about to go down Fremont. Found some people to talk to, decided to go to Cat Meow, and got a couple more shots there, but chilling. And then I lost sight of him, and I was like, all right, I'm about done for the night. I just need to go rest because I'm really lit at the moment.
Right.
So the plan was just go back to my car and go to sleep. So on the walk back, I felt like I needed to throw up. So I was like, okay, well, now I know what to do when I get to the car. Just let myself throw up and then take a nap. So I went down, started throwing up, and I got in the car, turned the car on. Important. I turned the car on and I put the seat back so I can try to lay back, but I kept throwing up. So I was leaning on the side of the inside of the car, just throwing up outside of the vehicle.
Right.
And next thing I know, 3 marshals show up and get me out of the car, and then they made me do a sobriety test, which I definitely failed. I was compliant. I wasn't oh, get the fuck up. No, I was
you just loaded.
Yeah, I was just loaded. And I was just I have been drinking. I was just trying to throw up so I can go to sleep. Again, very evident by Doug. He was like, yeah, when you guys went to go pick up the car, the seat was all the way back.
Right.
There was no intention to drive, but from what the law is apparently, which kind of gets sketchy as some more information came to me after the fact. But car was on. I had possession of the keys.
You had intention.
By the law's eyes.
Yeah.
So they called me for DUI, arrested me, and I got put in jail for about
13 hours.
Damn near. I mean, shoot, it was essentially 12 hours from arrest to getting out. So I was just in there. Can't believe it's kind of wild. Just yo, I actually experienced jail.
Right.
Nothing too crazy, to be honest, but it's just like, man, it's kind of crazy just sitting in there, small room, nothing on you, just sitting with other people and just waiting to get out.
Right.
Honestly, not knowing what's happening because they don't tell you, oh, are you close to getting out or anything, or tell you in the process. Honestly, to me personally, it seems like they're not really doing much. But, you know, it's like going to a casino.
Right.
You never know what time it is. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes, in a sense. So it's just...
You get lost in it, yeah.
Lost, yeah. So, yeah, that was my experience. Got out. Your boy over here came to pick me up. And we just kind of chilled at my house. Like, by the time I got out, I was just exhausted.
Right.
Yeah.
Mentally, emotionally, everything.
Exactly.
No, I truly understand, bro. And first and foremost, I'm so glad we was able to get you out and within 24 hours, because you know, it would have sucked for you to be there all night and shit, because family was worried for sure. Yeah, grandparents were blowing the phone and everything. So one of my first questions for you is so let's go back and start at the beginning of the day then. Or actually, let's not do that first. Let's go back and let's start like focus on the time while you were in there sitting. I was wondering, like, what type of thoughts were you going through during that sitting time? Like, what was going through your head? What was, what were you thinking? I'm sure your mind was probably a roller coaster at the time.
Honestly, to be real, it wasn't too much. It was just like making sure, like, okay, trying to realize what type of options I had, which wasn't really much, but at least I had a phone. Thank God I was able to contact somebody, because I only remembered the grandparents and mom and dad's phone, and luckily dad picked up after a while because he was the last person I tried since they were out of town. But after doing all that I can and just waiting, it was just like, damn. It's upsetting.
Right.
And yeah, I let like a couple emotions show, because it's just like, yo, I had literally no intent to drive. I just wanted to go to sleep, but unfortunately I just kept throwing up outside the car.
Right.
But after getting over that, it was just like doing my best to accept that I just got to do the time.
Right.
And that's it.
So would you say that, like, you know, while you were there, you couldn't even focus on anything else? Like, in the outside world, you was, like, kind of stuck in the moment, huh?
In a bit. Like, there was thoughts of, oh, somebody's kind of laughing at the thought, but, like, oh, some of my friends is going to be texting me, and then I'm not going to reply for God knows how long.
Right.
And when I get out, it's just like, yeah, my bad. I was in jail. Then just wait for the reaction a little bit, but also just who do I need to tell what's gonna come after this? Honestly, like, what adjustments do I and should I make from after this experience?
Right.
To kind of learn from it, because can't cap. That whole situation was just a fat L for no reason. It was a reason, but a fat L just out of nowhere.
Right.
So,
fat lesson out of nowhere.
Fat lesson.
Yeah.
So I'm done going out for a minute for sure.
Take a break.
Not necessarily because I'm scared, but just also more of just a sign to just start focusing on podcast, music, work, budgeting some more. Like, not like I wasn't doing it, but just more trying to find peace within it, which, as you suggested even before we recorded last week's episode, that, you know, go change up the room, not just clean it, but change it up, which I did today. So, honestly, just planning and just wondering when I was going to get out and taking naps, kind of practicing meditation so I don't lose myself
While you're sitting in there.
while I'm sitting in there. Yeah.
Right. Understandable, bro. I fully understand that. And, I'm glad you said that, you actually sat there and just try to get your mind together during that time. And, I was kind of, I said too after you got out, it's like, you told me you wanted to think, and you got your chance to think.
Yeah.
You totally got your chance to think.
Another thing, while I'm not really mad, he delivered. I asked for it, he delivered, and honestly,
it wasn't the way you probably wanted it, but you got what you asked for.
Yeah.
That's deep.
A break.
A break, yeah. Get your little bitty break for sure. Phone down, everything, 100% true break.
Yeah.
That's deep. That's crazy. You wanted a break, you got a break. So since we're on the kind of topic, I do want to kind of talk about the omens that happen leading up to the fact of everything's going on,
Mm-hmm.
So, we talked about a little bit the omen that I know I felt I was a part of, because when you did come over that night, I did tell you kind of like, yo, your energy is real strong right now. Like, you seem real passionate about whatever you're feeling, and I was trying to throw out, like you said, not even deterrents to say not to go out and party, but more of like other options you can possibly do that would be better for you, So like I said, clean your room up or go see a movie or whatever I was suggesting at the time,
Yeah.
And I know, we kind of talked about that, and that was kind of like party. In my eyes, I felt it was more something speaking to me, trying to give you an omen saying, stay away, you know what I'm saying, or don't do that. So I was just wondering, what other omens from when you woke up in the morning do you feel maybe were trying to deter you from that path? If that makes sense. Yeah, go ahead and think about that one. I can see in your face. If you get what I'm saying, though.
Well, just like a nudge, like a feeling or something, or
no, like
what exactly do you mean by omen?
Like an omen, as in signs. Sorry.
Oh.
So, what other signs did you probably receive before everything happened? That was probably, you felt that it was probably like trying to deter you from going to do what you thought you should do. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, considering that the decision mostly came from before I came over to record the episode, I would say after the episode, when I went home, the iron was acting weird, and it was difficult it wasn't like getting hot. It was just at some type of hot temperature, which took some time to iron out my shirt, and it was just like, is this a sign?
And it's working fine now, huh?
No clue. I didn't try it again, but I'll ask the parents. I meant to ask them, but
they haven't said nothing about it at all.
Yeah. I even tried to plug in the other iron. Still wasn't getting hot, so I was like, all right, well, time to test my gut feeling.
Right.
And I feel like after this experience, I've kind of gained more insight on what is my gut feeling rather than fear, I guess, in a sense.
And that's what I was about to ask you. Yeah. So do you feel like going out was a gut feeling, or was it an urge? You know what I'm saying? Was it something that you just felt like, man, I just want to do this though? I just feel like I really want to do this, so I'm going to do it, compared to the gut feeling of, I don't know if I want to do this, but because something's telling me to do it, I'm gonna do it. What did you feel it was?
Honestly, it was for me, it felt like a gut feeling, on the fence, but go do it. But it wasn't necessarily a gut feeling to keep me safe. It was more like a gut feeling of taking this experience.
Okay.
Almost in a sense, I guess.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
it was something saying, go see what's out there type deal.
Yeah, go see what's up.
Right.
Probably the lesson it was probably just that lesson that I needed to go through that night.
Experience, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and that's why I asked, because, I know, so just as learning with Adam and stuff and learning to trust your body, I feel that there's times where, I have the gut feeling that I need to do something, reach out to somebody, call somebody, where it's like, it just pops my mind low key, and I just feel like I just need to do this. I don't know why. But then I feel that I also have the urges, where the urge is me forcing myself to do something that I feel I shouldn't do. For example, I know I got food in the fridge, but I really want to go eat out. You know what I'm saying? In the back of my mind, I'm saying I should just cook. But I let the urge of, you know what? Fuck it, I don't care. I'm just gonna do this. And I was just wondering, like, did you feel like the difference between that at all? If that made sense at all?
Bro, like, it's weird. It's like such a mix of both.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to tell the difference.
Yeah.
I like it.
Because I had feelings of like, fuck it. I tried to take your advice and say call up a certain, like, couple people.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, well, I just chilled with my homie today. I called him. He's like, nah, not tonight.
Right.
Okay, I tried to call one of my other old friends, and he didn't pick up. So I was like, okay, fuck it.
Right.
I don't know if it was something that just kept telling me to go there for a good reason or a bad reason, but seemed just kind of like neutral to learn something from it.
Right. I mean, because it was good in the whole night too. Like,
because the night before that moment,
it was good.
It was great. Nothing over the top. Like, mostly just me and myself to my thoughts and just
you vibing
out.
You saw that you had the ability to actually go out by yourself and have a good time. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like it was, you caught the flat tire and then the bird came and hit your car window and then the old lady jumped out and said, "Don't go on the street," and then the person giving the wearing the warning. It wasn't like that. It was just more of something just randomly happened.
Yeah,
understandable.
The fact that how do I want to say it, very introverted or a very reserved type of person I am, and able to meet like a whole new friend that was cool and us blasting off on a conversation and stuff like that. Like, okay, honestly, it built more faith and confidence within myself to be more social, even though I prefer to be just alone, because I like my own energy. I like either very, very small groups or just my own energy. So if I need to or if I wanted to, I can go do that. I know that for myself now.
Right.
It's just, to me, it was just unfortunate.
Yeah, like you said, it just ended sour.
Yeah.
Understandable. So I like that. So then now let's keep going on that path of, the experience did build confidence in you. You know what I'm saying? It helped, like you said, that was a positivity you pulled from. It helped you build your confidence, help you build that sense of security in yourself, and learn that I can love myself, no problem. So I guess another question is what other positives can we pull from the situation that you learned?
So another realization to adjust the boundary of just me drinking in general, like whether I would have gotten arrested or not. I did remember making a mental note after, I think it was that drink that the dude got me. It was just like, okay, this is my cap, especially when I'm going out alone. The only reason I kind of decided to drink more because me and him were gonna walk the strip.
Right, Fremont.
Yeah, so I thought I had like way more time, and it was like already 3. I thought it was gonna be cool until 5, and then at that point it would probably been I wouldn't have to feel so sick, and I'm not really a drinker like that. Right. So I learned that boundary for myself. More so, start to research on what can I do if I'm ever in that situation again? Of course, I can call somebody, things like that, if I intended to drive. But I didn't intend to drive. I literally just wanted to go to sleep, and I've done that before. I have friends that have done that before. Just go to their car, go to sleep until the morning. Just unfortunate about that. That I got caught right there.
But that's real though. Know your rights. You know what I'm saying? That's something that, like I was telling you a few moments ago. Like, man, I don't know if it's bad that I don't watch the news like that, because I feel like it's a lot of things I'm probably missing out on where I can go do something. I'm like, oh, you can't do that no more, boy. What's wrong with you? So that's real though. Know what you're supposed to do, how you should have handled the situation better.
Because one of the things the other cellmates were talking about, and what my mom's talking about recently too, in terms of starting to get ready for this court date, is I had mom's car. It's a push to start. So if the keys are in the vicinity in general, it's going to turn on.
Right.
So where do I put my keys?
To show that I wasn't trying to drive.
Yeah. Okay. One thing for sure, probably shouldn't have been sitting in the driver's seat.
Yeah, I sit in the passenger seat.
From what I understand of the law, until I do more research, is if the keys are in your possession and you're within the vehicle, that's still a DUI. Some dude, I heard about another story, some dude was in the passenger seat, not in his own car, but he got arrested for a DUI. What?
Yeah, you're supposed to be the passenger. You're supposed to be able to do that and be drunk as possible.
Yeah. So it's like, did
the friend get arrested for DUI? And then
the friend went in it's a whole weird situation, but the friend went inside and left him outside with her. I don't know.
Wow, okay.
But, it's I can't put it in the trunk. You want me to put, I probably should put it under or inside the car, the tire, but that's low-key sketch on its own. Yeah. So what am I supposed to do to attempt to stay safe if that's literally my intent? How do I keep myself safe, healthy, not burning up in this Vegas heat, or possibly getting mugged if I'm sleeping outside of the car? What do I do?
Exactly. And that's real, bro. And that's some things I hate about some things I hate about a lot of things, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they don't care about those situations where it's like, well, you put me in this rock and this hard place where there's no way I can win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just screwed all over the place. Unless I got the money in my pocket to say, fuck it, I'm gonna get a hotel, or, you said call an Uber and hope you get a ride back and stuff like that. But like you said, you weren't in the mindset to think like that. Your mindset was, I just want to close my eyes for a second, you know what
That's
I'm saying?
it. So. That's it. And, I've been way more drunker than that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I know for a fact I can still keep my consciousness there, because half the time if I do get that drunk, I'm going to sleep. Whether I'm out, whether I'm at home, I'm going to lay down and go to sleep.
Right.
So something my mom brought up was, what did she say? Apparently within the last couple months or something like that, apparently the law kind of changed. Like, you can't arrest for a DUI unless they're driving. So something to bring up in court for later.
Right.
But yeah, no intent to drive. I have, if I can't bring Doug as a witness, he can say when you guys went to go pick up the car, the whole seat was back.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm probably going to get off with it, especially with the attorney, but it's just...
Right. I mean, you know me personally, off subject, but I feel that, like you said, they dropped the charge, they didn't make you pay no fine to get out or nothing like that, and they just gave you a court date. So honestly, they're just trying to check your character. They just want to see you going to show up on time with a suit and speak like you got some sense, and I feel you'll be fine. So that's how I feel. I ain't worried about it. Once I heard they was gone, I think it was more of casino security just doing their job, as in, all right, this dude been in the car for 20 minutes, I need somebody to go check on him, because shit, for all I know, he passed out in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Or he probably died with alcohol poisoning. So, and they was just, due diligence. They got to do their job, unfortunately.
And I feel, so, I mean, just a little other tidbit of information. Like, it may have not been the security that did it, because apparently from my friends that go out more frequently around there, because we park in the same parking garage all the time. Usually security will just come up, make sure you're good.
Oh, and keep walking.
And keep walking, especially if you're just throwing up or just having the door open, because a lot of niggas just go there to pass out. Or half the time people are pre-gaming within the parking lot.
Right.
So apparently I think some marshals actually just be down there sometimes.
Just
so they
roaming.
probably just saw me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad, wrong place, wrong time.
Wrong time, yep.
So, yeah, but...
Thank God it wasn't live.
Yeah, I mean, that leads my next question, actually. So, this whole experience the whole 24 hours, could you truly say that you believe this is part of God's plan, part of the universe's plan for you? Do you think, like, this is something that was meant to happen, or you could have avoided it?
I feel like I probably could have avoided it just by not
going out
there, but I mean, to kind of reflect on like the last couple months or something like that, I just felt like more of a need to. It's weird. Like I usually drive within the laws, boundaries, and things like that, but I'll just get these random thoughts of like, man, I could get pulled over for any second for any reason and get taken.
Yep.
And hope that doesn't happen, but I don't know why I keep even thinking of that as an option, and I guess it finally came
to fruition.
Yeah. So
you think you thought it up, low key? Like, not you thought it up because you had in your mind, you like threw into the universe to be like...
Not even that. More so just like a preparation message.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It's like not necessarily me thinking it's gonna happen. It's just more of like I'm being hinted that it might happen at some point. So I have no clue what God's plan is with this, but I mean, at least I'm okay.
Right. That's the beauty of you're okay and everything. I just want to kind of talk about that thought real bit. So, hinted. So, and I've been having the thoughts lately too. Is this, because I always think about, when I heard one of the Napoleon Hill's things, he was talking about, and then Boundaries book, a lot of our thoughts aren't our thoughts.
Yeah.
They're thoughts that people put in our heads and that we're just stuck with them and we don't never filter them out. So, do you believe, this is like I said, no right or wrong answer, of course, but do you think maybe that thought is a thought that our country puts in our heads, being black males? That, because I ain't gonna lie, I hate to have that thought too, but I have the thought too of, shit, any moment, bro, I can get pulled over and drop my wallet as I'm pulling out my ID, and they pulling me out the car type shit, trying to rape Trayvon Martin me, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, do you think it's like a planted thought, or do you think it really was like a true message thought of a true, word from above, higher power whispering into your ear saying, be careful, be careful?
I'd probably say the latter.
The lady thing is the higher power?
Yeah, just mostly because with this situation specifically, I don't really acknowledge race.
Right.
Period. So I can acknowledge the Black Lives Matter thing and stuff like that. Like, I see it. I recognize that there is some discrimination going on, but I don't take that stuff to heart at the moment, because I'm not going to conjure it up for myself. And I mean, as soon as we stop like owning the situation, like claiming it, then it's on its way out possibly, but within the recent events, like, it has been flaring up. So I don't know, I just try not to think of it so black and white for the black and white type things. Right. It's just, it is what it is. When I got asked to come out of the car and things like that, they're all white people. I didn't think anything of it. I wasn't being overly submissive or anything like that. It was just, hey, yeah, trying to go to sleep. They were cool. Didn't think anything of it really. It's just, it is what it was. I saw it as officer and guy.
Right.
Get arrested. He was drunk. Had the car on. It is what it is.
Right.
So, in terms of just not keeping it within my mind like that, I don't feel like it was a seed planted. It was just more, I don't know, I'm beginning to notice when God speaks to me, in a sense, and it's just, honestly, it kind of just reminded me some of the thoughts within prison, or not prison, fucking jail. One of the thoughts was just like, I mean, remember when God was telling Jesus, you're about to go on that cross and die for the people, and he was just like, or no, he had to leave him for a sec. And the idea of that broke Jesus down.
Right.
And I just kind of view it the same way, in the sense like, hey, didn't know what it was, didn't know what was coming, but something's coming. And it is what it is. I was blessed to have the family and the support system that I have throughout all of that. In hindsight, other than just being stuck in there for 11 to 12 hours,
right?
Like, it wasn't like unbearable. It just is what it was.
Right.
And I guess I have more of a perspective on the judicial system and the criminal system, I guess. So I guess more perspective, more insight on what else is within the world.
Right. Understandable. Okay, that was pretty cool. So one of my last questions for you is about the whole situation. What is the only thing you regret?
Honestly, probably going to Cat Meow.
Going to Cat Meow? The last
stop. Yeah. Reasoning. I think I felt something, like I was enticed to go talk to the people that we walked by. But I was aware of myself that I was ready to keep going forward and walk the strip or whatever it was.
Fremont, right?
Fremont, yeah. So I feel regardless of who was with me, like, again, I came out by myself.
Right.
It's not like I'm truly obligated. Yeah. So I feel like that regret was just going to Cat Meow afterwards.
Right.
And those 2 to 3 shots like probably pushed it over the edge and then caused me to throw up, which led to that situation.
Right.
So
the last stop, then you wish you would have what they say, fuck, we in Vegas. Damn, what's the damn saying? We supposed to pick up your hand, walk away from the table. You wish you would have walked away from the table.
Yeah.
You wish you didn't sit there longer.
Yeah.
Nah, that's the wrong saying for them. Know when to fold them, know when to hold them, know when to walk away. Yeah, there we go. So.
Because if I would have kept walking, I would have brought my blood alcohol content down.
You probably wouldn't want to drink no more. You probably like, man, I'm just gonna get out here now. It's probably dead and stuff. Yeah. Okay. So then that leaves my part 2 is, what is one thing you wouldn't change about the whole situation?
One thing I wouldn't change?
And like I said, start to finish, aftermath, all that stuff was one thing you wouldn't change about the situation.
The decision to go out by myself.
You wouldn't change it? Why not?
It's kind of like one of those things similar to going to a restaurant by yourself, or walking the park by yourself, or just being by myself, experience my life, my world with just me, my thoughts, and creating my own experiences. Like, I don't do it often, especially just in terms of like going out like that to socialize, but at least I got to experience it. like I said, it was a cool night. Other than going to jail, but I mean, within the moment, it was kind of shitty. But in hindsight, it wasn't that terrible. Bad. It wasn't that bad. Yeah.
Understandable. So, what is the ultimate lesson you learned from this experience? What is the ultimate one lesson you pulled out from this whole experience?
So stupid.
Before I get this lesson.
If the iron isn't working, probably shouldn't go. Probably shouldn't.
Probably shouldn't, no.
And honestly, like, again, when I said I had that thought of after leaving Gold Spike, and I was like, well, I can either go home or I can go to the Nerd. I'll probably keep it to, if, especially in a situation in terms of, I guess, intoxication potential. If you go to one event and it doesn't seem like it's popping, don't try another one. Things can always wait.
Right.
That's why I don't really enjoy the fact of after parties that much. Because it's like, okay, well, high key, everybody's lit, and y'all about to go drive somewhere else to get lit again. Yeah. Seems like a bad recipe. Right. And essentially it kind of works the same even if you're just walking. So I probably just should have went home. Doesn't take away from the fact that I won't change about going out.
Right.
But yeah, especially if you do go to that second thing, have the intent of that is the final thing you're doing tonight, and prepare yourself or adjust yourself accordingly.
Right. No, and I think that's a good right there. Like you said, with the iron not working, I would probably want to call that to like pay attention to the omens. You know what I'm saying? Because it was the reason the iron part wasn't working, or you caught every red light headed down there, or some shit like that, or you had to take that dumb turn that made you. It's probably like. And that's me. One thing I do too. I feel like if I'm working too hard for something that I feel I shouldn't be working as hard for, maybe I probably don't need it. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe it's not for me right now.
Yeah.
And then I think I like the second part you said too. Just know your limits. You know what I'm saying? Be aware. You know what I'm saying? Just be aware. Always be aware. Even though you was out by yourself, you was enjoying the time and vibing, you still had to be aware of yourself at the time,
Yeah.
And I feel like you said you probably lost yourself during the fun or during the interaction, something like that. You probably lost yourself a little bit.
Honestly, my curiosity.
Your curiosity, yeah. Curiosity killed the cat. Yep. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? My thing is, one, you have the ability to even experience something of such. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't even think about, fathom the thought of doing anything by themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that one thing shows your strength, your self-love, all that stuff. You saw the backing of your family and how much things was happening while you weren't even doing nothing. How the world was still working for you to make it work. How things were just adding up. It's like you said, for me, it was more for me for signs because, like you said, I went to bed late that night. You left. I didn't go to bed until like 2:30 in the morning. Woke up to use the bathroom, and then as I'm walking back to lay down, something told me to check my phone. And I usually don't check my phone that early because I don't want to know that nobody talked to me. You know what I'm saying? I want to go back to sleep. I want to stay in that sleep mode. But then I'm like, why am I up this early? I don't know why I'm up this early, but yes, my body woke me up. Something woke me up. Dead tired, woke me up. I was so tired the whole time. I was driving, falling asleep, but something woke me up, and that was because of you. You needed some help, and the universe was like, yeah, go get it, brother. Yeah, man. It's crazy how it works out.
It's crazy how it works out, and that's why I'm not mad at myself. Especially given I knew what my intention was. It was to go to sleep. But besides the point, I can't suppress my feeling of curiosity when it peaks. The thing that I feel really screws over the cat in that regard is not learning its lesson.
Right.
And I fully intend to learn lessons every time things happen. Granted, there's some risks that you just shouldn't take. But like sometimes you do have to find out for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, so when I always think of Curiosity Kill a Cat, I always think of Tom and Jerry. And I always think of the thought that, so for example, you go and there's a rope on the floor, you know, and, you know, the cat sees the rope, you know. We all know cats. Cats are very aware. They kind of see a lot of stuff that's going on in their surroundings, you know what I'm saying? Their instincts are on that level. But it's like, I feel why Curiosity Killed the Cat is, the cat sees the rope and sees the rope is going to the air and tied to something. But they just have the curiosity. They know that if I hit this rope, something's going to happen. But they just have to see what happens, just in case what they think is going to happen is not going to happen, and then the block falls on their head, you know. And that's why I feel like the Curiosity Killed the cat. Clearly sees the cliff, you know what I'm saying. He know that's a far jump, but he just has to see on the other side, and it's like you just had to take that leap, and it's like that's what I feel like Curiosity Killed the Cats mean. Like they see it, they're aware, they analyzed it, and they still like, dude, I'm still gonna press a button though. You know, it's clearly red. Don't press me, don't push me, but it's just like, fuck it, let's see though. You know, and that's why I always think about here, Curiosity Killed the Cat. But yeah, no, I do understand what you're saying though. You know, you had that feeling of, you know, let me go see what this is about. You know, let me go see how this will feel or whatever. And yeah, like you said, it was good. It was just sour taste at the end.
Yeah. And that's it. I'm not gonna press that button again. Like, nah, really, I'm not gonna press that button again. Really.
Right. Exactly. You know, now not to press this much, or you know, not to take the extra one, or I like that, bro. So last thing for you then, what if you could offer anybody one piece of advice based off of your experience, what would it be?
Kind of two things. Take your advice. Do your best to have at least somebody there to share the night with you. It could even be because you could have a situation like mine or not, but yeah, share that experience with somebody. But if you truly do want to go out by yourself, just know your limits and
be smart.
Be smart. Like I would say, I didn't think about this factor beforehand in terms of having a push to start car and the certain laws that revolve around that.
Drinking too much, all that. You didn't expect none of that to happen.
But just do that just in case and do that research and then make a plan of action around it. And then again, always know your limits. And if unfortunately you do get in that situation, just learn the lesson. Yeah, go through the motions. Don't go ballistic. Because at the end of the day, it still is what it is. You can't really do anything about it. But just learn the lesson, take some insight from it, and keep it pushing.
No, I want to quote on your learn the lesson part. I want to emphasize that because you said while you were in there, some two people were talking about, man, once I got this tank, I'm gonna have me a beer.
Yeah, that. So some of the people in the jail, it was like, yeah, man, like, and these are people that actually like was driving while drinking and shit like that. They were like, yeah, man, I can't wait to get out of here. Like, I'm gonna go get me a beer and go home and chill out. Right. And it's just like, okay. On the flip side, for me, it's just like, yeah, I'm cool off drinking for a good minute. I'm cool off going out for a minute, especially since I got this court date. But yeah, all right, that's enough of that for a minute. Right. I have plans on going to raves and stuff like that later this week or later this month. But honestly, I'm just like,
play it by ear.
Play it by ear, but I'm leaning towards just
you're not forcing nothing.
Yeah. So it's just take the time to reflect. Yeah, because like you said, they're in jail because they fucked up and they're already planning on going to go fuck up again. And it's like, yo, what are you doing?
You just burnt your hand. You gotta go burn it. It reminds me of the it reminds me of the anime movie or a cartoon, whatever, when they're fighting the guy that's just too beastie, and then they punch with the right hand and they break their arm. So they punch with their left hand, break their arm. They kick with their leg and break their leg. And it's like, nigga, step back. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously you not learning your lesson right now. Obviously you can't hit them like that, but you're gonna keep doing the same attack. Like, no, switch your move up, do something different. You know?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, that's real, bro. That's real. So yeah, so learn your lesson, and nothing wrong with sharing the experience. You know, and that was my advice to you. Like I said, John Maxwell dropped that one. Like, it's good to do stuff by yourself. When you're alone, you move fast, but when you move together, you make a difference. And you know, sharing the experience with somebody, even if it's a one-time experience, even somebody you haven't seen in a while, you never know how far that could have went. You know, like if you think about you had this whole experience with a friend just now. You know, you probably want to end up in jail. Y'all probably had a bomb-ass night. Yeah. Or shit, y'all both could end up in jail together, and y'all been there laughing together and whatnot. Like, damn, I can't believe I hung out with fucking, you know, Ron tonight. We both wild. Boy, we wild as hell together, you know? Yeah. But it could have been like, well, at least I got a partner in crime with me still, or somebody to talk to, or something, you know. We have a memory together, you know? Yeah. So... yeah, bro. Yeah, man. I appreciate you doing this for us. I was wondering, do you have like a quote or anything that maybe hit you afterwards? You're like, oh, that explains exactly how I feel about this experience.
I'm gonna just... every L is a lesson.
Every L is a lesson.
Every L is a lesson. I've been saying that to my students at my center. It's just kind of make fun of me for it or whatever, but I'm looking them dead in their face and like, hey, it's okay to lose sometimes. You just gotta learn from it. Yeah. And you can get past anything. Right. So every L's a lesson. Right. Don't be afraid to take your losses. I'll play fighters all day. A lot of the time I get my cheeks worked. Can't do anything about it. I'm just getting outplayed. Right. But after that match is done, hey, fight again. Like, all right, let me learn from it. Let me learn from it. And it pisses me off when I'm playing somebody and they rage quit. And it's just like, yo, just hold the L's, get better. Like, I'm not disrespectively beating you right now. I want you to get better. So I really fuck with the people that really be staying on, even though they getting beat outright. It's like, at least you're trying to learn and doing your best, even though when you're outclassed. And the same for me, when I'm outclassed, I'm always trying to get better. I'll let the match finish. I'll
figure out something.
Yeah, I'll sit there and think for the 30 seconds it gives you between each match, and it's just okay.
Change your goal, change your strategy real quick. Shoot, he's working me 2 out of 3. I'm just gonna try to kill one person this time.
You know what I'm saying? Be happy with those little victories.
Yeah, exactly, and work your way up to it. I had to do that with you. I mean, I just want to be one of them. I could be him. I could probably get there. Yeah. You know, but or let's not have everybody die before one of his people die. Like, yeah. So no, I fully agree, bro. So every L is a lesson, and I'm gonna add to that. Sit back and focus on the L and actually marinate on the thought and learn the lesson, because if you don't learn the lesson, you're gonna be taking that test for a long ass time. Because the universe is gonna keep throwing that test right back in your lap until you pass it. Life is like school. You gotta pass this first grade to get to the next grade. You gotta pass this first level to get to the next level. You gotta take this step to get to the next step. And if you keep slipping on this step, you're not gonna get to that next step. So you gotta focus on getting this first step done. You know what I'm saying? You gotta focus on eating this first meal, or you're not gonna get no dessert. You know what I'm saying? So
the road to the goal is a slippery slope. Until you find out each crevice to support yourself on.
Right. And look, little quick funny story. When I was younger, I didn't want to eat my vegetables and stuff. So, you know, I want to eat them at dinner. My mom was like, okay, you don't have to eat them for dinner. And the morning for breakfast, I had pancakes and peas. You gonna eat them peas, you know what I'm saying? You gonna take that lesson, boy. So it's like, yeah, man, eat it right now and get it over with and let's move on with it. Learn what we learn. You know, every failure comes with a seed of opportunity. And, you know, bro, with you right now, you can literally now say you've been all over the world. You know what I'm saying? You do music, you do podcasting, you talk, you make beats, you been to jail. Now you got your gamer, your producer's ass legit now. 1-3 is officially 1-3. You feel me? He's nothing you can't say to him now. He's been locked up. So yeah, man, I'll say right now, your streak head jumped up big time. You learned so much about yourself. You was able to grow yourself. Shoot, you learned how much your family got your back. You know, to the fullest. Like, you learned so much this weekend. 24 hours. It's a hell of a 24 hours, bro. But, yeah, I'm glad you learned something, bro.
Man, I'm going to enjoy this Monday off.
What? I can't wait.
Man, this whole week has been... Well, I didn't really have a weekend last week. Mm-hmm. And then...
Jump straight back into it.
Yeah. And then today, got up early and took a small nap and then just been working on my room. It's almost done. So tomorrow... I'm going to just probably log in online to church and then just chill out for the day, let my body rest.
Yep, and actually get another weekend, get a true weekend.
Yeah.
You cleaned up last weekend, you could have partied this weekend, had a real good one. Hey, what you saying?
It's not going on this
Shoulda, woulda, coulda, yeah. I already know, man. I'm just talking shit. But, yeah, bro, man. So I just want to say I appreciate you for jumping to the think tank one time. I knew you was in there for a minute. I seen your brain working and got your waves going, but if anything, I hope this helps you reflect a little bit, think outside the box, and you know, like you said, make this L a lesson, not a loss. You know, 100% lesson that we're gonna move on from, and we'll forever go back and laugh at.
For real.
You know, so yeah, bro. Appreciate you again for another great episode, brother.
Thank you.
Yes. You feeling okay now? Feel a little better about everything?
I mean, yeah. I wasn't
bad anyway. So
yeah, it was, bro. Honestly, the only thing that really messed me up was just the mental, the spiritual, and the physical fatigue. I wasn't torn down, but I was exhausted. Like, again, I just need that rest day tomorrow and Monday.
Yeah,
and just chill out.
Yeah, well, shit, you got it coming to you for sure, bro. Yeah. You know, you deserved it. I'll give you that one. So yeah, man, I just want to say I appreciate you, bro, for sharing your story with us, opening it up, being so vulnerable, and you know, I hope that we help somebody else out there listening until they reflect a little bit. You know, hoping they're looking at their L's and turning from losses to lessons. You know, because all you got life's full of lessons. So let's just go back and marinate on them and relearn from them. Don't hold on to them. Let them go. Look at them. Let them go. Just look at them. Learn. Let it go. Throw it away. So with that being said, everybody out there listening today, I just want to say I truly appreciate you guys for tuning in again, for joining us for this session of the Think Tank. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or want to give Donovan a positive word of encouragement, you already know, send to jkspodcast702@gmail.com. Or you can comment us on Instagram, on Facebook, IG, Instagram, IG, same thing, Twitter, or, you know, whatever other social media we got out there in the world. And with that being said, I hope you guys had a wonderful day, a splendid afternoon, and extravagant evening. And remember, just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming.
Yes, just keep swimming. You got it. You got this.
I am love.
Yes, I am amazing. Then the night has come, and the land is dark. And the moon is the only light we'll see. I won't cry, no. I won't share a tear, just as long as you stand by me. Darling, stand.